Hey guys, welcome to the Reparenting Daily podcast, your daily free guide for inner child healing. This podcast helps you establish a consistent reparenting routine and is divided into 3 sections. The first is a daily reading, the second is a discussion of that reading followed by suggested journal prompts, and the last section is a peaceful meditation for closing. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from whenever and wherever you're joining us. I'm so glad that you can join us for this journey of healing, self-expansion, and growth. If this is your first time, welcome. Now, before we dive in, I'd like to remind us that we've passed the 500 marker of Reparenting Daily. As a celebration of that, I've opened the Patreon community for free membership so that you can join our Zoom calls for free. There's a lot going on in the world right now, and many people are struggling. And so my hope with this is to encourage others to take up the serious work of reparenting on themselves and to offer and provide a free community where people can do that. I'd also like to personally thank all of you who have been along for the journey so far. Just as a reminder, this is a free podcast, but I do sell the Reparenting Daily Journal where you can follow us along with all the monthly and weekly themes, and where you can also join us in our free Zoom calls to reflect on the weekly themes as we make our way through the year. This is something that I've opened up for free, but you can purchase the journal if you'd like to support the podcast. You can also just copy the themes within your own journal and follow us along there. If you'd like to support us in other ways, you can also join the Patreon with a paid subscription or also donate on Buy Me a Coffee. Just as a reminder, I've created another resource called Fairy Tales for Reparenting. This is a 3-volume series that organizes fairy tales from around the world into the 3 phases of the hero's journey, from beginning, middle, to end. Now, these are fairy tales that come from Grimm's fairy tales and other traditions and other cultures around the world. And while you might think that fairy tales are for kids, actually, these stories contain profound truths and lessons that we can use in our reparenting journey. So these books are a very simple and creative way to connect to your inner child. I'd like to send a very warm thank you to Maria, who has been helping me to edit the books since I had some difficulties in the fall and I've had some issues with my eyes. So now the first 2 volumes are available on Amazon in ebook or regular book format, so you can check those out, and we'll be working on that last volume to release to you as soon as possible. But again, these stories are ways to connect with lessons that are shared across different cultures, to reconnect with your inner child, and to really teach yourself some lessons that have been carried down for centuries and millennia. As we're passing episode 550, I'd like to also turn your attention to the fact that I've changed the meditation at the end of the podcast, and so you can check that out now for a new experience of binaural beats. So this helps with binaural stimulation from the left to right ear, a bit like a replication of the EMDR experience. So I'm hoping that this can help bring you guys some relief, and we'll have other meditations coming soon as we progress with the rest of the year. So with these announcements now out of the way, let's dive into today's practice. Hey guys, today's reading is an article entitled How to Be Grateful in Hard Times, 15 Powerful Ways. Just a reminder, we're in November, and the theme is gratitude and abundance. We're in week 4, the last day of week 4 and the last day of November. And the theme for this week has been gratitude in difficult times. This article is quite long, and because she goes into more details than we've been looking over this week, I'm just going to read the introduction and then I'll go through the headlines of the 15 ways, and I encourage you to click on the link in the show notes to look more closely at how she explains each of these 15 powerful ways. So how to be grateful in hard times, 15 powerful ways. This post is the second in my series called The Power of Gratitude. It is a guest post written by one of my favorite people, Jesse Sinan, from jessesinan.com. Jesse has been instrumental in teaching me a lot of what I know about blogging. Sit back, relax, and enjoy a very special blog post. I used to think of myself as a grateful person. Then one day I was handed a challenge. Go one day without complaining. Simple, right? I was going through a really hard time in life, but I thought it would be easy. Instead, I was hit with the realization. I was used to struggle in my life as an excuse to complain and not be grateful. I realized, though, the one day that finding gratitude was something that I needed to practice daily. Through my journey of finding gratitude, I came up with 15 different things I can use to learn how to be grateful in hard times. It's not about having gratitude, it's about finding gratitude. This was the biggest statement I was missing in my life. I thought having gratitude and being optimistic were personality traits, but I never realized that instead of finding gratitude, there was a practice. I needed to start learning how to be grateful in hard times and work daily on walking with God and being grateful for Him in for everything that He is doing in my life, even if life wasn't close to how I imagined it would be. The 15 ways to be grateful in hard times. Again, I'm just going to read the bullet points, and I encourage you to click on the link in the show notes to go in detail, because I would be reading for quite some time. Number 1, accept the obstacles that you are going through. Number 2, find your tribe. Number 3, a gratitude journal. Number 4, give someone else a gratitude journal and do it together. Number 5, read books about overcoming obstacles. Number 6, perform a random act of kindness. Number 7, create a positive social media post. Number 8, volunteer in an unfamiliar place. Number 9, write a thank you note. Number 10, no complain day. Number 11, pray for your enemies. Number 12, play the bedroom money game. Number 13, understand your strongholds. Number 14, understand your purpose. And number 15, a 5-year prayer journal. Thank you, and that's the reading for today. Today's reading reminds you that gratitude is not a personality trait, it's a daily practice, especially in hard times. The author reframes gratitude as something you learn to find, not something you magically have. Even when life hits you hard with painful circumstances, the first step isn't pretending things are fine. It's accepting reality, grieving, and then choosing to move forward anyway. The text puts a strong emphasis on spiritual grounding, pointing to biblical examples of people who found faith and gratitude even in prison, exile, betrayal, or loss. Acceptance and surrender is a doorway that lets strength, resilience, and new choices enter. Once acceptance opens the door, the reading lays out 15 practical ways to cultivate gratitude even when life is brutal. Some strategies are inward, like keeping a journal, praying through resentment, identifying strongholds like fear or shame, and recognizing answered prayers through long-term journaling. Others are outward-facing, such as finding your 5 people who can hold space for you, performing random acts of kindness, volunteering somewhere unfamiliar to expand your perspective, writing thank you notes, and intentionally going a full day without complaining. These practices work by shifting your focus from what's missing to what's still present, from isolation to support, from bitterness to clarity. The reading also emphasizes the perspective, like the bedroom money game, which reframes scarcity by showing how much abundance is already sitting around you. Finally, the reading acknowledges that gratitude in hard times is hard. It openly names the reality of depression and hopelessness and overwhelm, and insists that needing help is strength, not weakness. The text ends by reminding us that your story matters and that no one gets through life untouched by suffering, and that gratitude isn't the denial of pain. It's a quiet rebellion against it. Gratitude doesn't heal everything, but it helps you get enough light to keep walking. And sometimes, in the darkest hours, that's everything. As we go into the journal prompts today, number 1, which of the 15 practices feels like your next real step? Not the easiest one, but the one that would actually shift something for you right now. Number 2, who are your 5 people who genuinely get it? And how can you lean on them more intentionally instead of carrying this on? Number 3, which stronghold, fear, scarcity, shame, resentment, self-doubt, is draining your gratitude the most, and what would breaking it actually free in your life? That's it for today, and as always, take care of yourself, and please do be well. Welcome back. Now, this is the third and final section of the daily podcast. This is your silent meditation. Please go ahead and find a space where you can be comfortable and undisturbed, where you can relax and spend some time with yourself for this 10-minute silent meditation. You can choose to be sitting, standing, lying down, or in whatever position makes you comfortable today. Take a moment to simply be with yourself. Focus on your breath and gently connect with each part of your body. If thoughts arise, don't let them overwhelm you. Just observe them without attachment. Imagine them as leaves drifting down atop a river, passing by without needing your engagement. Stay present, grounded, and open to this moment.